Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an evening that's 25 years overdue. The American premiere of Oh, excuse me. I must be allergic to trademarks. Previously lost film, Viva Los in 3D! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Adrian Swiggin. My nationally syndicated column of film reviews, Adrian Knows Flicks, appears in coupon booklets in over 1,300 grocery stores nationwide. And I'm the host of Louisville Cable's top-rated film review show, Adrian Knows Picks. I hope those of you not in the Twin County area will look for me in years to come as I begin hosting my own daily film review show, Adrian Picks Then Flicks. Oh my. Okay, there's a mistake there. That should be Adrian Picks the Flicks, obviously. It's a bit of a typo. It's not my mistake. Anyways, well, you can see the show on the new 24-hour cable news service, the Weekly World Headline News. Out of the express aisles and into your homes. Now the type of news you want to hear is yours, 24 hours a day, along with Bat Boy reports twice an hour, and a constant split-screen scrolling of celebrity weights updated every 15 minutes. Call your cable operator to hook you up today. Incidentally, I'd like to thank the folks at the Weekly World Headline News. Ahmed, Gunther, please, stand up, please. Ladies and gentlemen, give them your love.
Go, go!
Hey, yes. These two fine men, and I do mean men, in the truest sense of the word, in addition to providing me with a job this evening, have provided the moral and financial support possible for making this evening happen. So please, give them your love. Thank you. Thank you, Elvis Aaron Presley was a wondrous human being. Some say he was put on this earth to make us all just a little bit better. As a 24-year-old actor running with the Strasbourg crowd in Hollywood, Dennis, Jack, even little Jimmy Dean, I found cause to agree with them. Them not meaning the Strasbourg guys, but rather those who said that Elvis made our lives all just a little bit better. I mean, I took the classes, it's just that Method and I never really agreed. Well, at age 24, Hal Wallace thought my acting was good enough and cast me in the Big E's new movie, Viva Los. It's 3D effects, so realistic you would swear that there were actors on a stage in front of you. It would revolutionize the way we looked at films, and its insider's look at the glamorous world of weapons research would galvanize America's fighting spirit as we began sending military advisors into Southeast Asia. And as for Adrian Swiggin, well, the film's eminent success would propel me to the stardom for which I was destined. I was going to be big. Unfortunately, on June 16th, 1968, on the way to the big premiere, Sonny and Red stopped by Beale Street for a few drinks and woke up the next morning lying outside the gates of Graceland, each in a pool of the other's vomit. The master copy which the king had entrusted to them to bring to the opening was gone and has not been seen since. Until tonight, that is! Using raw footage found in the vaults of cinematographer Bucky Newcastle, as well as a few reels I managed to smuggle myself from under a sofa in the jungle room on a recent pilgrimage to Memphis, I have compiled an approximation of the final piece using most of shooting script 16A and some of C. With Bucky's help and the emerging new technology of side projection, we've managed to restore many of the 3D effects, which can be experienced using the glasses that you were handed upon entry. Now, I know how uncomfortable and undignified they are to wear, but we've tried to make the experience as pleasant for you as possible. For the anasally challenged, we have red and green contact lenses available, and for the remainder of the audience, I would ask that you note the sign above the screen which says 3D. Now this sign will light up when a spectacular effect is approaching, allowing you time to slip back on the glasses and say, ooh. Ah. Shall we try that once? Ooh. Ah. Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Without any further delay, I give you Viva Los Alamos in 3D, starring Memphis's favorite son, Elvis Presley, the Titian-haired temptress Tina Banks, and the amazing Adrian Swiggin well, see if you can spot me, but I warn you, I had crazy hair then.
I'm a lieutenant in the United States Army, and I think...
Oh, look what you've done to my bike!
What I did to it? Why, of all the pig-headed, arrogant... I saved your life. You could try thanking me.
Thanking you? Oh, yeah, well, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss... whatever your name is.
Cindy Ventura.
Miss Cindy Ventura, thanks for wrecking my bike and cracking my ribs and being such an all-around pain in the behind. Which way to the nearest gas station?
About 8 miles north. And while they're inflating your tires, why don't you see if they can't deflate your ego?
Whew, those 3D effects are something, huh? Good thing you had on those glasses, and good thing I had on my protective helmet. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, excuse me, ma'am.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Oh, no offense, ma'am, but I think I've had my fill of female MPs today.
Oh, come on. A big fellow like you must have a pretty healthy appetite.
Well, Lieutenant Freeze back there kind of put me off my food.
Well, how about letting little Barbara see if she can't settle your stomach?
Well, if my stomach was... well, if I could...
forget it.
You know, well, maybe some other time, ma'am. Right now, I gotta get my bike fixed and get out to California for the big rally. Last place I want to be right now is at another damn weapons research facility.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Hey, why don't you let me give you a lift into town and we can drop off your bike at Papa Ilya's, and then I'll see if I can't convince you into sticking around for a little while.
Are you okay, Barbara? That blast seemed to hit you kind of hard.
I'm okay, but aren't you going to introduce me to your twin brother?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Come on, I'll drive.
Holy moly! This bike is mess such as I have never seen. See how the seat is turned into a puddle of black ooze, and the glowing slag that once was your shocks. Oh, Mr. Thanks, my friend. This is beyond my petty skills. This will take miracles.
But Ilya, isn't there something you can do? You used to tell me about all the miracles you performed on tractors under Stalin. Papa Ilya is a mechanical wizard. He and his sons fled Russia for the scenic beauty and cultural advantages of the New Mexican desert. And now they fix all the vehicles and equipment at the secret weapons facility.
Papa Ilya, message from Kremlin on secret transmitter. I mean, phone call from Mom.
All right.
You are such kidder, young Ilya. Yes, under that pig, Stalin, I did miracles. But in America, no one holds gun against my head to make me do miracles. You, do not own gun, do you, Dax?
Oh, no, Papa Ilya, I don't. But it's real important that I race in that rally next week. I gotta prove to myself that I can do more than just build incredible weapons of destruction and sing.
Dax! You sing?
Oh, now don't go telling anybody, Barbara. I'm trying to leave that life behind me.
Oh, I understand. Hey, what was all that hooey about weapons?
Oh, you just forget about that, please. I'm done with that.
Okay.
What do you want me to tell Mom?
Sha, Ilya. Mom can wait while I talk to nice former weapons scientist Dax. Well, sounds like good reason for miracle. And I think I have idea, but will cost many rubles.
Well, how many rubles?
About 2,000 in US.
Oh, for that much money, I could buy a new bike.
That is my idea.
Well, I haven't got $2,000. Is there any way I could earn the money helping out around here?
Well, young Ilya here and brothers do most of work in garage, but also have malt shop in back, and brothers could use lead singer.
Oh.
You wouldn't mind singing a little bit longer, would you, Dex? Could also discuss common interests like weapons research with sons. They are very lonely boys. Is deal?
Is deal, Papa Ilya?
Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled in this next scene for a young Adrian Swiggin in his big screen debut.
Great. I go call Phoenix, Arizona on secret transmitter.
Phone!
Phone. And put in order for new motorcycle. Should be here about week. Meantime, how about let's do getting started?
I drove 100 miles an hour, way too close to you. One sheriff pulled me over, and he told me what I had to do. He said, you gotta take it slow, you gotta let her know that you really love her so. I said, I'll take it slow. But he wouldn't let me go. Oh no! So it took me to the judge, who apprised me of my crime. Good things come to those who wait, and 30 days should be fine. Son, you gotta take it slow, you gotta let her know that you really love her so. I said I'll take it slow. Still they wouldn't let me go. Hey, all right. Then they put me in the cell with a wanted man, and we started digging out. As the tunnel fell upon us, I heard my cellmate shout, take it slow, I know you wanna let her know you love her so, but the way you're digging, boy, the ceiling's gonna go. And before I know, my buddy's brains was smashed into the floor. Oh yeah! Come on! So now I'm sitting in the chair and I bow my head and pray. Lord, it's all because of love I ended up this way. And if you just returned me to that speeding ticket day, I would take it slow, Take it slow, just let her know that I really love her and I'll never let her go. But the governor said no, and the chair began to blow. Now I'm taking it slow. When Uncle Dog is
Man! Ain't he something?
Hey, come here. You know, you ought to be paying more attention to the fellow who brought you here.
Well, if you look like Dex, I probably would.
Yeah, well, when I get through with him, even he won't look like Dex anymore. Hey, pretty boy.
Dex, look out!
Oh, why'd you have to go and do that?
Oh, ow, my hand! Oh, jeez!
Come on, you can't take the book. All right, who wants to be a coach?
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Oh, ladies.
Die.
Oh, ladies, now come on.
Die
now.
at the door.
Down the side here.
You want some of this?
You get him, Missy. That's the way you say it. That's the way. I'm sorry, Missy. You was asking for it.
Aren't these 3D effects amazing?
This is all your fault, you saucy big thing!
I'll come back. Hey, watch it there, buddy. Hey, got my foot. Oh my God. Get back here, you big alley. Don't hurt me. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of that scene has been completely missing for about 12 years now. But to sum it up, according to the script, here's what happens. Dex and the Jordanaires, who play Ilya's 3 sons, destroy the malt shop. And Dex is forced to rely on a job fixing vehicles in the military motor pool with Ilya's 3 sons and popping up as his sole source of income. Dex is taken to the base commander's office where he is given quarters and runs once again into Miss Cindy Ventura.
Oh, I don't know, Colonel. I don't know if it's such a good idea for me to sign this. I don't know, where have I heard that before?
Cut!
I really appreciate everything you're doing for me, Colonel, but deja vu.
Cut! Ah! Wardrobe!
Where do I sign, Major?
Right here! Thanks, Dex. We ask everyone to sign the loyalty oath here, you know, commies and all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and here comes our head security officer now.
Colonel Peters, Major Peters, I understand there's a new employee on the base.
That's right. Lieutenant Cindy Ventura, I'd like you to meet Dex Goodwin.
You?
You?
Ew!
You two have met, I see.
Sir, you cannot hire this man. Why, he's a threat to this base. Only this morning he tried to disrupt our bomb test. And I understand he also destroyed the only decent malt shop within 300 miles of this base.
And you destroyed my motorcycle.
I saved your life!
Enough, Lieutenant! Do you have any idea who this man is? Well, I once saw him race a pontoon boat on the Everglades. Why, if it's got wheels, wings, or floats, Dex can drive it, damn it. And I want him to be our janitor. Is that clear?
Sir, I object.
Lieutenant! I am hiring him. And I would like for you to show him around the base.
But sir, I object.
Soldier! Jeez. Do something with your hair. You're a mess. Dismissed.
What on earth is wrong with me? I always get my man. But this one goes and leaves me here with my hair and heart in hand. I'm going to pieces, I'm coming undone. when my fever starts to rise. Oh, how can I live till he gives me a shot of whatever it is that gives him what he's got? I'm sick with love. I've caught the bug. I'm sick. Give me that inoculation that I'm dreaming of. I'm sick with love. I've caught the bug. I'm sick.
No! 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 I'll never figure out this stupid problem! Okay. Okay. Got to relax. Yes. Oh, God. Yes. 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 No! Good. Good. Bad! No.
Dr. Jake Mullis, I'd like you to meet our new janitor, Dex Goodwin.
Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to pause the film yet again, but the remainder of this scene has been damaged. I'm afraid that in my motel room I spilled some of my Love Me Tender shampoo and conditioner on it, and now it is completely unintelligible. However, thanks to the international resources from those friendly folks at the Weekly World Headline News, we have acquired copies of this scene that were shot for foreign distribution. And frankly, there were quite a few. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have our choice of language or nationality version, do we not? Yes. So, is there anyone in the audience with a preference as to language or nationality version?
German.
Estonian?
Indonesian.
Spanish. You know, Portuguese is... oh, you don't want to see that one. It's boring as all get out. Portuguese. The language is so... Do we have Indonesian in there, Kyle?
Is it the blue one?
Yeah. Great. Roll Indonesia. I'm glad to meet you, Jake. Call me Dex.
and Senora Sinkai.
The name is Dr. Mullis from the custodial staff.
Cindy go to Betty Betty do boom boom.
Cindy, baby, I knew you couldn't stay mad. I'm here on business, Dr. Mullis. I'm showing Dex around for the Colonel.
Centauri.
So, what are you working on here, Dr. Mullis?
www.info.com. Tiki, Matimbo, Senora, Puppy Pants.
Of course, there's a lot more work to do now since some idiot on a motorcycle wrecked this morning's test, but I won't bore you with complex physics equations you couldn't possibly understand. Untranslatable, thank God.
Mi puta, mi java no bada, ho, ho, ho. Hey, boy.
Watch it. Oh, boy. And then Dex wanders over to the impossible equation. Looks like you can do your job too, Dr. Mollusk.
Toyota, Hyundai, Yamaha.
Cindy, watch him. I don't trust that guy.
Ethan!
You mean you don't like him too much? No, I mean you do like him too much. Well, yes. As we return to our English-speaking version, we find that Cindy and Dex are continuing their tour of the base. Amidst the backdrop of atomic waste disposal units, military buildings, and the blasted serenity of the New Mexican desert. Cindy finds herself warming up to this mysterious new janitor despite her suspicious nature. And, for his part, Dex does nothing to discourage the young MP.
I don't think Jake's gonna pick me to be his partner in the three-legged race for the church picnic.
Somehow I can't even picture Jake at a church picnic.
Oh, sure, but only if he got to be the guy on the cross.
He does have a pretty inflated opinion of himself, doesn't he?
I suppose. Oh, you mean you two aren't,
Dating? Oh, no way. Me and Doc Octopus? I think I'm the only gal on this base. He hasn't got his tentacles on.
Oh, so you two are just,
Friends. That's all, just friends.
which means you and I could.
I guess Doc Octopus isn't the only one with an inflated opinion of himself. You're full of hot air.
Oh, well, that's pretty cold there, Cindy. I mean, after all, the day is nice, the moon is bright. You know what I propose. Let's pull over in some desert clover. Oh, baby, let's get close.
How are you boys with all your noise? Are well-meaning, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're all just pigs. So my message is big. Take an overdose.
Oh, don't be mean. Don't be mad. Don't beat me with a hoe. Treat me like a fool. Don't be cruel. Baby, just get close.
You're a crazy boy.
Oh, why don't you give it a shot there? Didn't you try it? I got it. Come on now. Have a little fun.
Nobody sees me.
Oh, yeah. The day is nice. The moon is bright. You know what I propose. Let's pull over in some desert clover. Oh, baby,
You won't get in my club.
given time, who knows?
It'll take more than a rose.
You'll feel it in your toes.
I'll punch you in the nose.
Let's not come to blows. Baby, let's get close.
Man! Ain't he something?
Oh, you all right, Cindy?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine, no thanks to you, Dex. What was that stunt you were just trying to pull?
Stunt. Old lady, what is your problem? Either kiss me or kill me, but quit trying to do both.
Oh, Dex. Oh, I really like you a lot. You're a really nice guy. But my job is to keep this base free from communist infiltrators. And quite frankly, I can't afford to trust you, much less fall in love with you. Can we just be friends?
Oh, no, sure, I understand. Yeah, friends is great, Lieutenant. Probably be a whole lot safer for me, too. Besides, as soon as I get my bike fixed, I'm out of here anyway.
You mean you'll be leaving soon?
Yeah, so why complicate things, right?
Exactly.
Well, maybe you just better take me back to my quarters, Lieutenant.
Sorry to pause the film yet again, ladies and gentlemen, but I have a quick bit of trivia. How many of you recognize the driver of that off-screen, oncoming truck that nearly crushed Texan City as none other than Red West, high school buddy and longtime toady to the king of rock and roll? Great. Well, back to the film.
Hey there, you pretty yellow thing. Huh. Your daddy go and leave you all alone? All right. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. All right. Come on out of here. Get on in there. Yeah. Come to Papa. Oh, that's the stuff right there.
Oh, Dex!
Oh, man. It's a damn desert. Over here, Barbara. Hey, what happened to your arm?
Oh, I broke it this morning picking up a pencil. I just heard this loud crack. And
Oh, that's too bad. Well, I gotta work.
Well, hold on there, handsome. I've been looking for you. We gotta talk.
What about?
Cindy's had me doing some digging on you, though frankly I've been digging you ever since you showed up around here.
Oh, yeah, so I've noticed.
A girl likes being noticed. You don't like being noticed, do you, Dex? That's why you changed your last name.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. But look, I got work to do.
Oh! And what work would that be? Tinker? Tailor? Soldier? Or spy?
Well, actually, it's a backed-up toilet in the men's barracks.
Who are you, sugar? There's no record of any Dex Goodwin ever being born in Summers Grove, West Virginia. You lied on your application, and you've been lying all along. Come on, baby, spill!
All right, damn it, I killed him! Is that what you want me to say? Yeah, I did it, and I'm glad it's finally out.
I was just kidding with you, Dex. It was probably just a clerical error. And what was all that about murder?
Oh, nothing. Oh, hey, well, that's a pretty funny joke there, Barbara. You been telling that joke to anybody else?
And now you think they get it?
No, probably not. So, well, let's just not tell anybody about this clerical error.
Oh, yeah, that's probably best. You see, most female MPs aren't as trusting as me.
Oh.
Say if, like, Cindy ever found out that you were using a phony name about the clerical error, well, she'd probably have you shot for treason and then hate you for the rest of your life. So, we won't tell her on 3 conditions.
Well, I guess you've got me, soldier. What's the first condition?
I want to know the truth about you.
All right, but you gotta promise me you won't go telling anybody. As you found out, my real name's not Dex Goodwin. Dex is real, but I won't tell you my real last name on account of you might start treating me kind of weird. You see, my dad's a famous scientist, and I used to work with him in a weapons research facility back east. I was a pretty good scientist, and I liked it well enough, but no matter what I did, I couldn't measure up to my daddy. I even started developing a totally new bomb that was years in advance of anything we were doing, but my daddy wouldn't allocate the funds to build it. He said it was too dangerous. Well, I kept working on it in my spare time and developed it into a new type of gasoline in a pretty fair mouthwash.
I thought you smelled minty fresh.
Well, anyhow, after that I took off and I changed my name, and I've been racing cars, boats, planes, and motorcycles all across the country using my new fuel.
But why?
I gotta prove to my daddy that I can do something on my own. I gotta prove it to myself, too. So if you can just keep this quiet for a few weeks, Barbara, I'll get my bike fixed and I'll be on my way.
But on your way where, Dex? Just how many races do you have to win before you can call yourself a man?
47.
What?
47 races. I gotta win 47 races by the end of this summer. I've already won 46, so just one more to go. It was in this fortune cookie I got a few years ago. It said I had to win 47 races before I turned 24 in order to achieve the manhood I've been striving toward and walk my own path. Only then would I be content, and only then would I truly love the world around me.
Oh, well, it was a big cookie.
Oh.
So, you promise to keep this a secret?
Well, hold on there. There are still 2 more conditions.
All right. What's number 2?
A kiss.
Oh, I don't know, Barbara.
So once I calculated how negligible the potential yield would be, the other researchers were convinced. And it's thanks to me that today we have the H-bomb and not the SH bomb.
Thrilling, Jake.
Oh, look. There's Lieutenant Cindy. What? I guess if you're not going to kiss me, I'll just have to go over there and say hi to Jake and Cindy. And if there's no one stopping my mouth with a kiss, then there's no telling what little secrets might fall out. Oh, Cindy!
Yeah?
Ow. You are minty fresh.
Dex,
I guess the men's a sucker for a soldier in a skirt. Any soldier.
Well, now don't go digging in your closet just yet, Jake. It'd take more than them hairy knees of yours to get me. Oh, look, Cindy. Oh, this isn't what it looks like.
Oh, it isn't, my boy. It looked like you were kissing an MP.
well, look, Dex, you don't owe us any explanation.
No.
No.
Huh. No, I suppose I don't.
Shay, you guys were just in time. Dex was just about to sing us a song.
Oh, was I?
Condition 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Come on, pretty lady, and snap your fingers now.
How?
Come on, pretty lady, snap along and how. Come on, pretty lady, and snap along. It's a finger snapping song. Come on, pretty lady, and snap along with me.
With me, I'll snap for you, mister, and you kite and fly like this. Listen to me, mister, just pat and fly, don't miss. I'm talking to you, mister, and pat and fly. You are one side, pat and die. Come on, and do it, mister, and pat and fly with me.
Pat your body, snap along. Just try to make some noise.
Oh my God, that hurts my arm.
Try it.
No.
Come on, try it. With the boy.
Ow, God!
Come on, everybody, and slap your face. Come on, everybody, and slap your face. One big happy slappy face. Come on, everybody, and slap your face with me.
Come on, everybody, slap your face. We're one big happy, snappy face. Come on, everybody, slap your face with me. With me. Slap your face.
Man! Ain't ye something?
Oh, go on after her, Dex. I know you want to.
Oh, thanks, Barbara. You're a peach.
And you'll never know how right.
Clear?
Clear? It's clear. Let's go.
Mask!
Oh, mask!
Mask!
Come, Natasha, now we get the moose and squirrel.
What?
What?
Did you say, come, Natasha, now he gets moose and squirrel?
Oh!
Yes, you did.
No, I said, come now, Sasha, let's get the elusive girl.
Not squirrel.
Oh, what they do with squirrel?
Well, how do I know? Maybe you feed it to moose.
What moose? You if we blow this, I tell Papa Ilya on you. Oh, he always liked you best.
Girl!
I know, not squirrel. He said girl.
No, a girl is coming.
Hurry up! We only got 1 cent. Let's grab it and that is that.
Pull a rabbit out of my hat. Did you hear him say that, Monty?
Oh, I hate men. You can't trust any of them.
You can't even trust former U.S. Vice President.
Sorry.
Oh, hey now, what's going on here? Hang on a second. That thing's kind of pointy. Oh, look at there. What's that? Oh!
Great.
Come on, I got one more for you, too. Oh, well, you're about the sweetest little thing I ever did see. What's your name there, honey?
Hey!
Oh! Good shot.
Gee, fellas, let's go.
That's right. You get on out of here.
Oh, Tex, thank God you came along. Those guys make business. I think they were the KGB agents I've been tracking.
Are you all right, Cindy?
Yes, I'm fine. Oh, but you. You're bleeding.
Oh, no, that's ketchup. I'll stop for a burger while coming after you.
You came after me.
Well, I didn't want you to get the wrong impression about Barbara and me. We're just friends.
And I suppose you kiss all your friends that way.
Well, since you want to be just friends, I guess you deserve the full treatment.
Oh, no.
How was that, pal?
Minty fresh. If that's what you call being friends, I'd hate to see what happens when you get serious about a girl.
Well, why don't you find out?
Whoa. We had this discussion, I can't.
Oh, because you think I might be a spy. I know. But I just saved you from the KGB, so you know now that I'm not one of them. So how about it? Jake's latest bomb is supposed to be ready for testing tomorrow. You taking anyone to the detonation?
I hadn't made any definite plans.
Well, now you have. How about I pack a picnic lunch? We'll split up what long ago. Then we'll drink a iced tea at a safe point from ground zero.
Would we drive on your motorbike?
Yeah.
Or in a beat-up junker? I won't slide into any ride that can take me to the bunker.
Please, darling, say yes. Say you'll go to the mock test with me.
3.
2.
Ah! The bell's burning! Stop it! Hold it! Turn off the damn light, you idiot, or you'll fry it all!
Oh dear. Ladies and gentlemen, just remain in your seats for just one moment. We'll get this fixed right away.
Kyle!
What the hell is going on up here?
Oh, you squat! Stop squatting me! What the hell? Put that gun down!
Give that to me. Give me the squirt gun. Give me the squirt gun. Give it to me. I'm putting this in my desk, and you're not getting this back till the end of the year. What do you think so funny, huh? Shut up! Kyle, I think this would be a good time for an intermission. Lights, please.
No problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife Helen and her friend Joanne are caterers of sorts, and they've arranged for jelly donuts, a favorite of you-know-who's, and some other refreshments in the lobby. So just make yourselves at home, and we'll have the film back on in about 10 minutes or so. I believe we almost have the film finished. Let's see how it's going. Kyle!
It'll be just a few more minutes. We ran out of tape, and I don't think we've got enough gum back here.
Okay, well, just keep chewing and make it enough. I'll see what I can do down here. I could ask my new friend Kayla here to chew some gum for us. Would you do that, Kayla? How many pieces do you think you could chew at one time, Kayla? 1, 2, 1? Only one? Do you have any questions? Oh, would you like some gum too, sir? Oh, let's give the whole family some gum, please. You can have the bag, sir. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting on Kayla's family and Kyle to chew gum so that we can prepare the film, oh dear God, we have a bit of a special treat for you. You see, we have collected the entries of the trivia contest that you were handed upon entering, and from the correct entries, we have chosen a winner. And the winner is Ms. Zena Pinheim of Atlanta, Georgia. Ms. Zena, oh! Come on down, Ms. Zena. Yes, give her a big hand. She won a trivia contest. Now, Ms. Pinheim, I assume that you're a fan of the late great Pinheiro. Tell me that says Pinheiro. Very good. Ms. Pinheiro. I assume that you're a fan of the late great king of rock and roll, Mr. Elvis Presley, are you not?
Yes.
Great, because tonight we have a very, very special treat in store for you. You see, from the magic of Lucasfilm Limited and the technology that brought us those extremely noisy dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, an otherwise forgettable film, which I only gave a half a knuckle up in my column, and Terminator 2, 3/4 of a knuckle up, and The Abyss, to which I gave the full finger. Tonight, using this wonder of computer animation, we are going to have someone very special singing to you on this very stage. So if you'll just tell my friend Buddy here your approximate height, and don't lie because it's very, very important. And let's see here. Do you have anyone special in your life? Anyone you spend a lot of time with?
Yes.
Their name is?
Marcelo.
Marcelo.
1L.
1L. 1L. Look at that. I made it 1L. It's just thick. Okay, there we go. And is there anything you like to do a lot of? Any hobbies that you have?
Yes.
And that would be?
Sing.
Sing. How many G's are in that? Just one. All right. If you will just look over there at our monitor, Miss Pinheiro. It's the green window with 2 heads in it. And the magic is about to begin. Kyle, can you dim the lights a bit, please?
I've spent my whole life listening for your soul. I heard a murmur in the trees and tried to sing along. But while I strained to hear, I never learned to see. All the time spent listening, I never looked in front of me. Never went to tell me of the name that it was carried, but never say to me your true love's name is
Zena Pinheim of DeKalb, Georgia.
and deep and wide. All the while my dearest love was
Singing.
singing out. I begged the wind to tell me of the name that it was carrying. It said to me,
Zena Pinheim of DeKalb County, Georgia. On DeKalb Avenue with Marcella.
Bitch, I gotta debug this whole stinking routine before we take it to the malls. Jeez, the ways I said.
Sorry. True love's name is Zena Pinheiro of DeKalb County, Georgia.
In Cape Georgia.
Whatever.
Wrong button, Kyle. Dear goodness. Kayla, how's the gum going? See what you got? Okay, that's good. Sir, what you got? Great. Give it in the air. Ma'am, let's see what you have. Please. Oh, but the film is, it's essential to getting the film back on there, please.
Do your part.
It's okay. Okay, great. Kyle, ooh, look, this is a good one. Yeah, check that out. Oh, well, just roll what you've got. Thank you. Oh.
Wow, what a gas. I hate to admit it, but that Jake may know what he's doing.
Only when it comes to bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Yahoo! With this bomb, we now have the deterrent edge. We've got preemptive first strike capability.
We're number one! We're number one! We're number one!
Just a second!
The Colonel.
Major!
Major.
All right, calm down, everyone. Gather around, I've got some bad news. I've just been informed that in the past 8 minutes, bombs of similar kilotonnage were tested by the Soviet Union, Red China, and a couple of teenagers in Jersey City. So, it looks like we've got work to do. And we've all got to pitch in. Jake, you better head back to the lab.
I'll do you proud, sir.
Lieutenant Ventura.
Yes, sir.
Looks like you've got a leak to plug.
Yes, sir.
And Dex. There's a dead squirrel out by the electric fence. See what you can do about clearing that away. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Aw, cheer up. We've all got our parts to play. And when I get off duty, we've got a lot of playing to do.
Oh, really?
Hey, mop boy. Keep your hands off of my property.
Well, if you're talking about Cindy, I didn't see your name on her. And believe me, I looked.
Oh, you think you're so tough, don't you, Muffin?
Hey,
Singing,
watch it.
biker boy, who-wah! Well, on this base, you're nothing, and I am God! I make the bombs, and everyone else is here to keep me happy, understand? I am the nucleus of this atom, and you're just a teensy little electron revolving around me just like everybody else!
Oh, yeah? Well, this is one subatomic particle that won't divide so easily.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, no!
Idiot! That's his chalk hair.
Oh, Cindy.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to pause the film yet again, but I've just been recently informed that the remainder of this scene has been edited out by clumsy hands. I won't mention any names. Kyle! But, to sum it up, here's what happens according to the script. You see, the masked KGB agents take advantage of Dr. Molesk's predicament and steal his papers, and work at the weapons facility comes to a standstill while Jake is recovering. Everyone begins blaming Dex for their misfortunes, and a very confused Cindy Ventura is called to Jake's hospital bedside. Incidentally, here's another little bit of trivia while we're waiting on Kyle to fix the film. The actor who played Dr. Jake Mollusk was originally supposed to be a very, very, very young Ernest Borgnine, until the producers realized there's never been such a thing as a young Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how you feeling, Jake?
Oh, I'm frustrated. How do you expect me to feel? Everyone else on the base is giving 110% but me.
Well, not Barbara. She looks like she's down for the count.
Well, yes, she's been complaining about headaches since the bomb test last week, so they told her to lie down for a while.
Well, that's new. According to all the men on the base, she's never had a headache before.
That's for darn sure. I'll bet your friend Dex can attest to that.
Stop it, Jake. Jealousy doesn't become you.
Look, Cindy, I'm worried about you. I don't trust this guy, and you shouldn't either. I mean, he just rides into a high-security base and disrupts my initial bomb test. He was able to get a job on the base. He has access to every trash can on the base. I mean, it's no wonder the commies know about all my work. Don't be blind, Cindy. He's a spy.
But he saved me from those KGB agents.
That was probably set up to earn your trust. Took me out right in front of everyone. Face it, Cindy, he's a spy, and he's got you wrapped around his finger.
Dex good, Jake bad.
Hey, Barbara, you're kind of joking me.
Dex good.
You're right, I misspoke. Dex is great.
Oh, Barbara, what are you doing?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be out in the fields. What a brave new world that has such
I finally found someone meant to be mine, wrapped around my heart and my spleen and my spine.
I'm sick with love.
I'm sick with love.
I love it,
I love it,
Please forgive the outburst, both hers figuratively and mine, well, literally, but I'm afraid she is rather passionate about impressing on you her belief that Dex is in fact quite good. And that perhaps it reflects poorly on your character, Dr. Mullet, to judge him circumstantially. Barbara has, incidentally, confidential knowledge behind the motivation for Dex's desire for secrecy, and that he is fleeing his previous experience and the development of weapons of mass destruction. A pleasant and rather successful experience tainted by the presence of a father, whose reputation for such work had been glorified in Dex's eyes to an unattainable level, so that Dex felt in order to justify his existence he must excel at the more athletic, competitive environment of automotive racing.
I had no idea.
Poor Dex.
I forgot all about the
Oh, I've got to go find him.
Not in your Jeep. It looks like Barbara just made a lawn gnome of it. Here. Take mine. And Cindy, I'm sorry that I misjudged Dex. If he's as good as I think he is, he may be the only one who can finish my work.
Oh, fellas, I'm tired of talking about atomic weapons research. Why are y'all always asking me about that stuff anyway? Oh, hey, well, let's just do another number or something, huh?
Yeah.
All right. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Baby, you're so mean. Why can't you treat me nice? You hang up the phone when I call you home. You know it ain't a lie. It really hurts. Treat me like dirt. I knock upon your door. You slam it in my face. You take my name and then defame me all over the place. It really hurts. Treat me like dirt. You tell my friends I hate them when you don't. Swear I'm gonna leave you, but I'll whoa. You make me buy you gifts and exchange them for cash. You invite a crowd that's big and loud, throw yourself a bash. It really hurts. You treat me like dirt. Come on now. Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Oh, swing it, baby.
Like the other way.
Hey. You really know how to satisfy me. Why'd you have to turn out to be such a bitch? Don't know why I love you. Only know that I do. But if my car's not back before the sky turns black, I'll call the cops on you. It really hurts. Treat me like dirt.
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 Treat me like dirt. Yeah. Why, Lieutenant, you're out of uniform. Whoa. Well, I guess this means you're talking to me again, huh?
Dex, I'm so ashamed of myself. The suspicions I had about you were all wrong. I should have known better.
Yeah, you should have.
Can you ever forgive me?
Well, we can't go on together with suspicious. Maybe you better spend a few hours trying to convince me, begging and pleading.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just...
Convince me quietly.
No suspicions there. I can't believe I ever thought you were a spy.
Dex, a spy?
Yeah.
Not Sasha. She thinks Dex is only a spy.
Funny.
I guess it was pretty ridiculous, especially when you consider your background.
What do you know about my background?
Well, Barbara told us all
Barbara
about it.
told you?
Part of her did. I think it was part of her.
She promised me.
Oh, but it's all for the best, don't you see? Now that we know about you, you can take Jake's place and help us build a better bomb.
No, I'm done with all that. I've got one more race to win, and it's time for me to be heading out to it.
So you were just gonna take off without even saying goodbye, huh? And I was scared I'd fallen in love with a spy. Now I wish I had. At least the spy is committed to something. You don't care about anything.
Did you say you'd fallen in love with me?
Oh, I might have, but believe me, I'll get over it.
Oh, look, Cindy, this race is real important to me. I've got to win one more race by the end of this week. Oh, it's just something that I have to do.
Well, if you helped us build a better bomb by the end of this week, we could win the arms race. Would that count?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. The cookie wasn't that specific. Oh, never mind. Say, I wonder.
You'd have to build a bomb that's 500 times as powerful as any other bomb we've got.
And minty fresh. Cindy, do you have a lab I could borrow?
Woo!
Oh. Right here.
I love a man with a calculator who turns a go on like a percolator. Don't want no illustrator. I need a scientific perpetrator. Won't make me so blind. Don't need to waste your time. I only want you for your mind.
rather unique opportunity has presented itself to us this evening. In the following scene, we see Dex's tearful reunion with his father. Now, the king was never entirely satisfied with the way that this scene was originally shot, and when an opportunity occurred several years later to reshoot the very same scene, the king jumped at the chance. So, we now have two different versions of this scene to show you. However, time and narrative style prevent us from showing both to you. So, in the spirit of democracy, which our star loves so dearly, we're going to let you, the audience, decide. Please bring out the choices. Now, judging by your applause, how many would rather see the young, fresh-scrubbed Memphis boy in his prime? Okay. And how many would rather see the older, more mature, experienced showman of his later years? Well, the mob has spoken. But I think a more mature audience would have recognized the artistic merits of the original. Oh, well. Well, I should explain a little something about the scene you're about to see. You see, just before the scene was to be shot, the elderly gentleman who played Dex's father sadly merged with the infinite. So, another actor in the cast was forced to step up and play two roles, so you are indeed seeing double. Kyle, the Philistines want to be.
Now, if we take the average kiloton yield and bring in the E factor, it should be enough to blow the doors off the Russians. Oh, but I gotta isolate it. Oh, doggone it. This ain't never gonna work. I need more time. I can't do it by myself in a week.
Hey, my boy, how's it? Dear God, man.
It's a donut.
Hey, Mop Belly, how's it? Hey, Mop Boy, how's it going?
You? Oh, I get it. You're here to, laugh at the tiny little electron whirling around the nucleus. Well, go ahead, get it over with.
Easy, kid. I came here to apologize to you. Look, I read you wrong and I'm sorry. You're good. Not as good as me, but hey, if you are. Just kidding. So, where do we stand?
Well, I got the blueprint, but it's going to take me forever to find the right combination of chemicals to separate the E factor to increase the yield.
Kid, you are onto something here. With this E factor, you can increase the output of any mechanical device, bomb, or blender by a multiple of at least 3,000. Kid, we got work to do.
Jake, are you offering to help me?
Oh, I wish I could, but the docs want me to stay away from complex equations and test tubes.
Oh, yeah.
However, it doesn't mean I couldn't help round up a few people for you. Dex, I'd like you to meet. Thank you. Trudy? Yeah. Diane? What am I doing?
Diane, how you doing?
Betty?
Betty.
And Betty.
Pair of Betty's, all right.
There's another Betty out in the hall. I'll go get her. You just tell these girls what you want them to do.
All righty. Thanks a lot, Jake. Hey, girls, you ready to do some work?
Yeah!
All right, won't you bring that rod on over this way there, Mama? There you go. It's a nice Betty.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, girls, now try it with me. I'm gonna make it easy as a 1, 2, 3. Swirl this up around and add a couple drops of H2SO4 and we'll see how loud it pops.
No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
120 tries to go. Man, you see the beakers on that one? Yeah. All right.
You take a fifth of carbon and some manganese, then add a pinch of sulfur, add what you please. You try a little nitrate and you watch the gauge, and I'll be here a trying T4H2SOH. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
87 tries to go.
Don't you ever give up hope.
You don't get any cooler than uranium and fuel when you separate that E factor isotope. We try to galutron and centrifuge.
Our machines are shaking their invented you.
So give it a try now and watch my lips.
Not the swinging in your arms.
But the swivel in your hips.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Success, success. Success, success. This one, it looks like a success.
All right, Betty, great job. Thank you very much. How do you call? Congratulations, Jack. Brother, go help the lady.
Man! Jake! Get out here. I think I've separated the E factor.
I can't right now, Dex. I'm busy looking over the doctor's formula. It's brilliant.
Doctor? What doctor?
Oh, what doctor? When you said you needed help, I went out and got you the best. Doctor, these equations are astounding. Thank you, Dr. Mullet, but I can't take credit for it all. The cream cheese icing is my mother's recipe. Now, where is this wunderkind genius you've been telling me about? Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? Dex Goodwin, I'd like you to Chinese. Your mother and I get a little verklempt from the MSG, and we come back from the bathroom to find what had to be the biggest cookie crumbs I ever seen.
Good cookie.
And boom! No you!
Sorry, Daddy, I just had to get away.
They don't have phones in New Mexico. You couldn't call. You've given your mother such stories.
Well, Daddy, I just got here last week. I've been on the road racing all over the country. I'm trying to make it on my own.
Was I such a nudge?
No, but you gotta admit, Daddy, you're an awful lot to live up to.
Good. Poindexter. Poindexter?
Daddy, it's Dex now. I shortened it.
Oh, it's a good go, Yashane. Oh, I see you get new sunglasses and get rid of the slide rule in the pocket. Oh, skin's cleared up. Come on. Good, son. Oh, do you still have the seizures?
Well, every now and then, but I'm trying to make them work for me.
Yeah. Good. Oh, so, let me see the formula.
Well, as long as you promise not to try to correct them, you work your way, I'll work mine.
Yes. This is very interesting stuff, son.
Hey, Jake, why don't you come on out here?
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why not?
He might try to steal your ideas.
No, Jake's got clearance. Jake, come on out here.
Oops. I'll get it. I can't right now, Dex. I'm busy looking over the doctor's formulas. Over here. Yeah. Besides, the doc said I shouldn't even put any input into equations because it could impede your recovery. Yes, exactly, doctor.
Now that's a load of bunk, Jake. Get out here.
I'll get him. Oh, what's that? Oh, damn! I dropped your laser. Would you get it for me? I think it went that way.
Yeah. What the hell are all these people doing in my lab? Excuse me. Hey there, hot mama. How you doing? Anybody see a racer? Thank you. Well, hey, Jake, where'd Daddy go?
Oh, he's writing down some formulas for me. See? Hello, son.
Hey, Daddy. How you doing?
You know I can't take notes with this busted arm. So, are these the formulas you wanted me to look over?
Well, yeah, you was looking at them before, but I really wanted to show them to my dad.
Your dad?
Uh-huh.
Can I borrow this eraser?
Yeah.
Hey, oh, no! Stop it, I'm so sorry. Would you get it for me? I'd appreciate it. Thank that, man. This one, yeah.
Oh, man, there ain't nothing but back there at all but old bicycle or something. Priscilla. No. Sorry, you reminded me of somebody. Anybody? Racer? Thank you. Thank you very much. Daddy. Where'd Dex go?
Oh, I thought you were Dex, you silly fool.
Where'd Jake go?
Looking over some of my notes, yes.
So, why are you wearing his lab coat?
I'm not. This is my lab coat.
Well, what's the JM stand for?
Just me! Oh, let me see the formula. Oh, yes. This is very interesting stuff, son. You have taken some of my work and built on it in a way that I never would have dared to have attempted.
So you like it?
Oh, it's not a question of like, my boy. You have discovered the road to mutually assured destructions that could bring peace to this planet.
Well, mutually assured destruction aside, Daddy, I just wanted to prove to you and to myself that I could do something on my own.
Oh, Dex, just prove it to yourself. For whether this yields a 20-kiloton explosion or sets a chain reaction that ignites the atmosphere, I'm already proud of you.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh, yes. Now can I assist you in manufacturing the device?
I'd be honored. Hey, let's get Jake to help us.
You want Jake?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know.
Yes. Well, although that seemed like the pathos of the original, it still shows just how strong an actor he is. It's really no wonder that he beat out Marlon Brando for the role of Pacer in Flaming Star. Can you imagine Brando singing Kane in a high-starched collar? The horror. Anyhow, that scene was to be followed by similar episodes of father and son bonding as they build the bomb, play catch, and even get in a little fishing before the big day of the detonation. However, that film stock has recently been express mailed to the American Film Institute to have the juicy fruit removed from it. As we return to our available footage, we find that Dex and his father have completed the final check on the bomb and have returned to the bunker to enjoy the big detonation with everyone else.
So funny.
Oh, Dex, I've got my fingers crossed for you. I know you can do it.
Well, thank you, Cindy. We're gonna try.
Who's the shiksa?
Oh, well, Daddy, this is Cindy Ventura.
What are you calling Chicksa, you elder caca?
Ventura doesn't sound like a Jewish name.
Oh, I'm not Jewish, sir. I took Yiddish at Wellesley. Mumsy thought it would be cute.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Should probably explain a little something here. You see, all of the Yiddish references weren't in the original version. However, a large portion of the soundtrack was missing. So we had to splice in some dialogue from a little-known 1969 feature film entitled Goys, 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 in which the Big E played a young Hasidic Jew trying to keep his mind on his rabbinic studies despite the influences of 4 Gentile girls on spring break and the pressures of playing in a rock and roll combo. I believe we're just about through with that footage now.
Mazel tov! You two make a great couple.
Oh, thank you, Daddy. Hey, where's Jake and the Major?
Oh, they couldn't make it. They said something about being 2,500 miles away in a concrete bunker underneath the ocean floor. But they wish you luck.
Don't be sad, son. This is still a big day.
Yeah.
Say, do you remember that story I told you about Oppenheimer's first detonation? He gathered everyone around and sang them a song.
Yeah, I even remember the song. Hey, boys, forget about them gauges and lights and gather around. We're gonna have a little fun first. Here we go. Ooh, come on, everybody, we're gonna have ourselves a ball. Ooh, come on, everybody, we're gonna have ourselves a ball. We're gonna drink, gonna party, gonna watch that fallout fall. Ooh, pretty baby, how we come back to town? Ooh, pretty baby, just start coming back to town. And when you get to one, gonna see what happens then. Duck and color, oh yeah, we're over. Duck and color, come on. Cindy. Thank you very much. All right, boys. I'd appreciate it if you'd all bow your heads for a second. Okay, let's do it. 10, 9.
Wait! I'm picking something up on the radar! Some type of aircraft coming in very fast!
But it's too late, we're locked in.
Is anybody besides me getting a weird sense of deja vu?
2, 1. Aw, I'm sorry, baby, Dudsville.
Well, I don't understand. It should have worked.
Oh, it's okay. It happens to everybody, honey.
I'm still tracking that aircraft!
Take that crazy spaceship!
Oh, man! Oh, good God, Miss Molly. Wow.
Greetings, Earthlings. I am Denise, a female cyborg alien from a distant planet, and I've been monitoring your Earth for thousands of years. Now, who among you is responsible for that device?
Wait 1 minute. Thousands of years? This can't be possible. You can't be more than 20 years old.
Look, Gramps, I don't have time to explain these things to a primitive like yourself. Suffice it to say, traveling at high acceleration is like having radically increased gravity, similar to being near the event horizon of a black hole, a singularity curving the fabric of space-time. The extreme gravitational forces slow down my time relative to the rest of the universe. You got that, doofus? Now, who made the big firecracker?
Oh, it was me, Denise. I built that piece of junk. Why?
It is not a piece of junk, oh Earthman.
Oh, Dex.
It is not a piece of junk, oh Dex. You see, it was we who interfered with its detonation. As we were passing through your solar system, our long-range sensors detected an imminent energy output of enormous magnitude, and we were forced to intervene. You see, your device is so powerful, why, its mere existence could escalate your primitive arms race to a point where you would all destroy yourselves in a cosmic ball of fury. Or escalate your primitive arms race to a point where you would all, you know, ruin your economy and everything else like that. We cannot live with this, Dex.
Well, Denise, what are you saying?
Well, in order to save your race, you must come with us,
No!
Dex.
You can't take him with you, no.
Oh, no, Cindy. The future she describes is too horrible. I've gotta go.
So wait, what's with this curving space? How exactly?
Hello! Massive gravitational forces bend fourth space dimensional time around them, like a bowling ball on a rubber sheet. Oh, why do I bother? Come on now, Dex, it's time to go.
But Dex isn't the only one who knows how to make that bomb. The Russians may have found out all about it by now. I still haven't caught the spies.
Oh, come on now. Anybody could have told you it's, those guys with the Russian accents.
Yes!
Oh, come on now. Even a moron like you had that figured out, right?
Well, I only just got this morning and
Dex, you'll need to put on this, radiation suit.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, it's spandex.
Alrighty.
Oh, please let me go with him.
Sorry, hun. No chicks in space.
Oh, but what about you? You probably just want to keep him all for yourself.
Look, ape girl. I'm no chick. I'm a female cyborg trying to save your miserable race, and I've no interest in romantic Dex, no, go! Dex, stay here with Barbar.
I say, she is rather adamant about this sort of thing. I think it might be best to comply.
Whoa. Hello, handsome. What's it going gorgeous guy like you doing nesting in the intestines of a tramp like her? Are you two dating?
Ooh, Barbara and myself? oh, heavens, no. Well, we thought it might work at first, but you see, I'm something of a loner, actually. Afraid of a commitment, you see, and I'm also afraid that Barbara here is still rather attached to that rockabilly fellow. Will you be a dear and scratch my nose for me? Oh, that's the stuff.
Sorry, hon. Dex has gotta go, but you and this little cutie can come with. What do you say? Wanna go for a ride in my shiny new spaceship?
I believe we're out of the wood.
I thought you said no chicks in space.
Can it, sister?
Ladies and gentlemen, in case you hadn't noticed, we've taken certain liberties with the film at this point. It seems that the inn was irreparably damaged in all of the prints that we acquired. However, those wonderful, wonderful folks at the Weekly World Headline News were kind enough to make this reenactment, which you are currently enjoying. However, even this version began to become a little confused at this point, so I have taken the further liberty of splicing in some of the King's Vegas stage show. And I think it helps.
Don't cry, Cindy. It's for the best. I'll have to go. Well, I gotta admit, Denise, I kind of like the radiation suit.
Oh, how can you just leave me like this?
Oh, Cindy, it's not easy, but I have to go. There's no joy in my heart when we have to part, and I feel like I'm going to die. But I must go away, and all I can say is I never, no, I never meant to make you cry. I told you I'd be here winter, summer, spring and fall, but I lied and I'm leaving. I'll give you a call. Oh, I'm sorry that you'll grieve, but please, love, believe I never, no, I never meant to make you cry. You know, my darling, I never meant to make you cry. I think it was Isaac Newton who said, objects at rest tend to remain at rest, and objects in motion tend to continue in their motion, moving at a constant speed in a constant direction, unless acted upon by another force. Fate had me in motion until you altered my course. At first our paths intersected and I loved you at first sight. You accelerated your math so skillfully, just like an Oxford professor. But then the added pressure, and that force over time threw me out of line. And our paths began diverging, for every action has an equal but opposite reaction. Natural laws don't change at your urging, and so I'm traveling on, a lonesome polygon, moving at a constant rate of velocity. Oh, but to fight this momentum and return to your point of origin would violate the law of reciprocity. I told you I'd be here, winter, summer, spring and fall, but I lied and I'm leaving.
Yeah, he's leaving.
only wonderful people. And this one's for all of you. Parties done, and all are gone. I'm wondering why I threw it. Yes, in the end, my dear old friend, I fell